Hi everybody, how you doing today? It's me, back again, this time for another game. Who'd have thought that such things would happen in series? Anyway, sorry, I've been away. It's like over a week since the last game because I have been celebrating winning a cup final. I don't do that very often, so woo! I still can't get over the fact that we won a cup, and I did it in front of a live studio audience who are at home and maybe not all that live at all. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, well, actually, it's completely everything because that changes a lot of how I'm going to play today's game. But we'll get on to that in due course. As you can see today, we are playing PS Kemi. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we get to that, obviously, we have our word of the week. We have our... trying to structure this a bit better, and so then we're talking about a TPS game I went to see. There's the finished location for the day, which is obviously Kemi, and yeah, all the usual bits and pieces, including, of course, as I would expect, hope, the taste test. So we have a food and a drink today. Sorry for those of you who are underage at home. Today's drink is a little bit not PG. It's Kosken Korvas Vichy, which is basically vodka and Vichy. Vichy water being just fizzy water. I'm not remotely sure what these are. Looks like a fig and a raspberry to me. As you can see, it gives you details. Granat is a spelling I would regularly associate with figs. Oh, sorry, not figs, pomegranates. And Vadelma, well, it just so happens that Vadelma is not one of the Scooby Gang. Vadelma is raspberries. So raspberry and pomegranate flavour. I'll crack it open. You'll be wondering, why does he have his raspberry marmalade beside him? It's because basically I live in a fridge. Well, not a fridge, in a pantry. So let's observe, as you see, clear liquid, continuing to be clear liquid. Don't worry, boys and girls, children of all ages, I do plan to have food with this. So let's have a taste very quickly first. Almost completely meh. Doesn't taste bad. Doesn't taste great. It's in my glass and it will be drunk. There's a very pleasing hint of raspberry, but I like more than a hint of raspberry. And if I've got me raspberry lemonade, I'm going to eat my raspberry lemonade with something that is this. So you can buy these in the shops. Can't quite see myself seeing myself through this. This big circular hole of bread. It comes in two parts. I have not cut this. This is live and exclusive. It comes in two parts. I think it's a rye bread. I've been intrigued to try it out, but I wasn't going to try it without you guys. Why would I try it without you guys? You're like the only people who give me reason in my life. That, and you can also say, I've had that. This is what it actually is. Which, feel free to do in the comments. Now, let me tear off a little bit. Because even though I live in a pantry, I didn't bring an awful lot of. I don't keep my knives in a pantry. So let's try it with the butter first. Yes, I have butter. It's like, I mean, if anybody out there feels desperately in need of, I don't know, artichokes or maybe pickles, or I don't know, write in and say what you want. I'd probably have it somehow mysteriously right beside me in what looks like an ordinary room, but it's really completely a pantry. So here it is. Observe. Isn't this better than taking photographs of it for Instagram? That definitely works. It's more like a black bread, if that makes sense, than necessarily rye. But I'm not an expert in such things. What I am expert in is would eat again, 10 out of 10. And trying it now. And yes, of course, you are going to have to watch me slowly consuming this throughout the afternoon or the evening. It's actually night time here. I played the final on, what was it? Saturday night last week. Here we are, Sunday night the following week before I've got a chance to actually play. And yeah, I'd have probably played more if I wasn't saving this one up for you, because, hey, who doesn't want to learn about Kemi? I'm sure there's loads and loads and loads of exciting things to learn about it. But still. Everything is better with Raspberry. Except maybe, this would probably be a lot worse without the Raspberry. Who knows? Who can tell? On with stuff. It's about time I finish football news and things like that. So the last couple of days, it's still all about the cup. It's early rounds. The more I learn, the more I figure out stuff. So one of the things I've figured out, for example, is that we are now into a position where we have the last teams decided. I still have to find out. I'm actually in the process of looking up online right now Rops's result from today's game. Rops had a game on Friday and a game today. They needed, I think, something like 1 point from either of them to practically guarantee that they were going through into the next round of the cup as the last team in the other group. There are 4 groups, 2 groups from the top division and 2 with 8 different teams. Sorry, with 10 different teams. No, sorry, I'm pretty at least. 2 groups with 6 different teams, and 2 groups in the bottom tier with I think, is it 6 different teams as well. Either way, what ends up happening is the top 2 from both of the top 2 from the 2 first division teams goes through in each group, and the top 4 of the Veikkausliiga teams in each group goes through. And then there's 2 other teams that come up from I think it's the Kakkonen Cup, which is the 3rd tier. And then all the other teams in Finland play off to get to a final of sort of what they call the small cup, and they go the winners in the finals of that go through to the cup proper. So for example, it would have been I'm gone blank. Either way, Rops had to draw today at least to go through, or Coops would go ahead of them. Rops won 3-2 with having been 2-0 down in the 78th minute. They scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, which is pretty impressive. But man, oh man, they left it late. It was a home game as well. Coops are a decent side, but don't leave it till the 80th minute to score your first goal when you need at least a draw. They lost on Friday, of course. I think Inter lost to Honka, but they finished second in the group to Honka. As far as I know, actually, who was playing today in that group? I couldn't tell you. Either way, the important thing there is Inter are through, Rops left it late, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, football news. I got the chance to watch 2 teams in 2 lower league teams play a friendly. TPS were playing against SalPa, which is Salo's team. But Salo's team, they've played back and forth a few years now. At this point, they've had a lot of friendlies going on between them. Either way, what I was hoping to see was a bit of good football. I was interrupted a couple of times because my kid needed to go to the toilet, and it took forever to get a burger at half time. But I'd seen a very good goal in the first half, but they really should have scored a few. TPS were much better than Salo throughout. Second half began, missed the first 5 minutes because of the burger, and then we had to go after about 10 minutes to find a toilet. And then it went downhill rapidly. What basically happened was, sometime when I was gone, it appears that a man was sent off. I don't know if there was a good reason for it or what, but I've never seen, you very seldom see players sent off in friendlies. I mean, that is not a thing that happens very much, if at all. So yeah, and then they had they had a few okay players. I think they're third division as far as I know. Which is third tier or the second division, the Kakonen as it's called. And yeah, I'm watching this game, and there's this one long, tall, rangy striker, a bit of a long head of hair on him. Kind of looks like a bargain basement Ibrahimovic. And they hoof a ball out from a clearance and go straight to him, and he scores for them. It's like, I could have been a different score at the time, but when I was watching it, it looked like that made it 1-1. It's like you could just feel the wind go out of the sails. Redmond's involvement in the match comes next. He'd been desperately trying to hunt down a ball to get back from the sidelines, and he did. He got one. He threw it to the player. The player threw it in. It was a TPS player. He threw it in. There was a snafu. Another guy in the defence for SalPa gets the ball, hoofs it down the end. There's my friend Ibrahimovic from the bargain basement again. It's 2-0. Or sorry, 2-1 as far as I'm aware. Again, it could have been 7-1 or 7-2 for all I'd seen. But TPS dominated them. Now, I think that, like I said, I think they're in the third tier. I have to investigate more. Either way, they aren't great, but they have bargain bin Ibrahimovic. He's very good. He is actually really quite good for a third tier. As you can see from the pictures, this was outside. It was about -5 when there was a crowd of about a little bit under 100 watching the game. So that was exciting, to put it very mildly. It's a synthetic pitch. It's bloody cold. We're right in the shadow of what's the name of the thing? The Veritas Stadium. So you should be able to see that as well. But yeah, I would thoroughly recommend not going to games outdoors at that time of year. But I'm glad I did, and I'll do it again. I'm kind of amazed that Redmond survived it. Anyway, enough about that game and the football news. Yeah, so I need sustenance because we're coming up to the word. And oh my god, this is a word. Look at that. It's a beauty. 19 letters to say the word midfielder. I know, 19 of them. And given that you pronounce each letter and double letters longer, I mean, there's a double T in there. How do I pronounce tss longer? It makes sense when you hear people speak it. Or should I say people who speak the language speak it. I apologise to my Finnish friends. I haven't had a chance to ask anyone how to pronounce it. So we're going to give it a shot. Let's try that again. The emphasis should be placed firmly on the first syllable. So, Keskikentapelayat. Keskikentapelayat. Midfielder. Good luck yourselves in pronouncing it. Please, if somebody can make a video pronouncing these things better, please do, and I would be only too happy to look at them. Because to be quite frank, I saw the word for forward when I was looking this up, and it scares me. So, location for the day. We're up at Kemi. It's PS Kemi, or PS Kemi Kings. Palasuret Kemi Kings. Kemi is basically a very small, well, it's not very small. It's a small town in the north. This is the closest club to Rops. Rops is in Rovaniemi, which is, I think, 8 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle. It is the northernmost professional club here in Finland. Tromsø, who I've seen play in Europa League, is further north, obviously. But this is the local one. and Kemi is the second most northernmost. Unsurprisingly, then, it doesn't really have much of a history footballing wise in the top division. Really and truly, their first time was about 3 years ago. As a club, they got founded in 1999. They made it. They got promotion to the Ikonen in something like 2007, and there a couple of years ago they got demoted again, and then double promoted, and ended up in the Veikkausliiga in 2015, I think it was. They were there. 2016. They got promoted in 15. They were there in 16, 17, and 18, and they got relegated. And it appears that there's a little bit of economic chicanery going on, because they didn't just get demoted to the Ikonen or Ikonen. They got demoted to the Kolominen, which is the 4th tier, which is serious. So again, I I'm still waiting on the translation, the Google translation, to catch up with me. But they've fallen quite a height. Economic issues, as always. Let's see what Wikipedia says in Finland. Because of the difficult economic situation at the end of the following season, the club withdrew just over the November 2018 license applications within. Basically, they withdrew from license application because of their financial issues. And they went out. They went out of business last month. That's crazy. And at the same time, the previously allocated PS Kemi gave up 2 series. So, wow. Their academy, the kids, the underage kids. I'm sorry, this is brand new news to me. The underage kids are playing for them in their place in the 4th tier this year because of the economic issues. They got double promoted. I live in the United States now. Promotion and relegation is a big issue. And, there's a great desire for promotion. And I would like to see a promotion relegation system. But there's not a lot of realism necessarily associated with that. Sometimes, there's very good reasons for and against. But as I know from Ireland, getting promoted to the top tier sometimes is what drives a club bust. People are worried about relegation. Promotion can be far, far worse. That is mental. Kind of going to have to take that in for a few minutes now. They did great. I'm so sorry to see that. They were basically combined when 3 different Kemi teams combined together to create them. Wow. Breaking news that happened last month. Anyway, the town they're in is quite a small town. It was only built in the 1860s. In 1869, it was chartered by the Emperor of Russia because basically he wanted to use the fact that it's near a good deep water harbour. And as this was the new frontier of Russia, of course they wanted to use it. It's really close to the Swedish border as well. It's probably the closest club to the Swedish border, I think. It has about 20,000 people, 21,000 people living in the city, and it's not really big. It's not very well known, and it's certainly, I would never have heard of it if it wasn't for PS Kemi Kings. So just think, if I'd gone looking at this a year earlier, I'd have missed it. They're by a long way the closest team to Drops. I know they've played. Who is it? Not Salo. Oulu. Oulu have been in the top division in the past, and that's been their nearby rivalry in the past. But they're quite far north. The big deals are, it doesn't have a lot of history to it, bizarrely, for a city that's approaching 150 years. Actually, 150 years this year. There you go. Had hostages taken from there by the Germans towards the end of the war. Apparently has the world's largest snow castle, and it's built differently every year. I'm not going to make it there in time. The other thing it has is it's got a model of the Crown of Finland, which was never actually made, because Finland was a kingdom for approximately 4 months in 1918 before the king abdicated, going, nah, this isn't right. Has a very nice church. Has a long distance off from here, as you can see as well. And it's basically left-leaning, I would say. Sister cities, interestingly, include Newtonards in Northern Ireland, Volgograd, Tromsø, Luleå in Sweden, and yeah, so that's it about Kemi. And I'm so sorry to hear Kemi are out of business, sort of, and it's like the boys' club. So at this point, what else do I have to do before we get to game? Yeah. We might as well go to game. Before I go and collect my son and bring him down here, you'll have a brief pause in your viewing entertainment. You can see we're down in 6th at the moment, but it's not real 6th, because it's 6th based on the fact that we're 3 games behind a lot of teams and 2 or 1 behind all of them. Mariehamn, 3 games ahead of us. They are only actually 7 points ahead, which is easy to say, but you know, we'll see how we do. Kemi, you can see, are down here towards the bottom. They're not in great shape, but they're doing as well as TPS, who beat us. Yeah, we've got a lot of games in hand. HJK are 2 points ahead of us. We wipe that out if we win. Oh, well, we don't, maybe. I mean, it depends who HJK are playing. I'm tending to look to HJK as sort of the standard bearers. The season preview has them first, SJK second, and Mariehamn third. But I'm also kind of thinking generally their quality is greater. It just is. But I think if we win our two games in hand, we'll go above almost all the teams here. Coops only have 1 game in hand on them, and we're 3 points behind. So I think Coops are going to be the team to beat this year, personally. Otherwise, squad-wise, you can see I've made a good few changes there, swapping out a lot of players just to give them a break, give them a chance to recover, and also to get in players and give them a chance. Like, for example, Juna Jarvisto, he played in one of the cup games as a sub, did really well, scored a goal, 8.2. Coningas played, I think, a few. Coningas has been playing. What am I talking about? Furuholm back for the first time. Guevara back. Munpa in goal, or not in goal, in D mid for a change. I've got Varmanen and Penninkangas on, and even the subs, it's like there's a couple of unfamiliars. Hadritsky hasn't played very much. Kotanen, I'd like to see him come on. Mansali is suspended, and Onduku is still injured. That's going to go on forever. Ademi gets a well-earned rest. You can see that he needs it. Mastakangas and Veholinen, probably a little bit unlucky not to be brought into the squad. I'll bring in Veholinen, to be honest. He deserves a spot there. And let's bring in Mastakangas for... Nah, we won't bring in Mastakangas. What else do I need to update you on? I don't think there's been very much else. Had some interesting chatters on here, getting on very well with the other guy, but there Mikitalo signed his contract. What was the one I wanted to point out? Yeah, brilliant work. And our former players excited by how in form we are. I think that's it in terms of all the interesting, exciting stuff. Clean Vela Health for Finland. Yeah, I think that's all of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit on the match preview. I'll disappear, and then the screen will disappear, and then I'll be back with a small child. See you in a moment. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
And we're back. As usual, my trusty co-pilot is with me. So, team selections. Excuse me. Mentioned it before. Come on, team selection. So, not changing the format. Going wild, putting poor old Una out on the wing. But sure, we'll see. That'll probably get changed around in due course. Otherwise, very different team. But for that matter, a very, very, I think, reliable team. I think we can win this. Get your head back a little bit, mister. Big head. Oh, the big head. Right, so hopefully we have enough to do it. Maximum of 3 non-EUs, minimum of 9s, and minimum of 4. Yeah, we're all good to start. Careful now. Careful now. Okay, click on from team selection. Lacking match sharpness. Well, we've got Markula on the bench, so we have it legislated for. I do want to try and bring on Katanen in defence at some point if I can. Whoop, and let's turn that down a little bit. We will. Oh, no pressure. Goalkeeper Fidelev has made 4 key tackles for them. And Mikitalo has won 6 tackles this year. Oh, we've got a tunnel interview as well. We didn't get that for the cup final though. Right, so dressing room. What do we have to say to the boys? We should challenge the team to pick up where they left off. And what we're going to say is... play your own game, you'll win. Yep, that's good. Defense, a lot more to come from you. I'm going to speak specifically to Juna. I want to tell him, listen, you're chill, man. Not big cry. Pressure's off tonight. Oh, he's not interested. Well, he can take a walk. And Kuningas is happy. And Fulro. What are we going to tell Fulro? Passionate. Faith in you. Hey, just listen keenly. Opposition instructions. We want to make sure... Oh, that's not looking good. That's a clogged midfield. Let's see what they say about the 10 of their midfielders. Weaker side. Weaker side. Let me go. Hat-trick. Weaker side. So let's actually look at who I'm going to do anything for. Right-footed goalkeeper. He's 38. Oh, he's old. Let me have a look at that goalkeeper again. Bravery. Doesn't say. Aerial anticipation. Ooh, this could be interesting. I think we might take a few shots on him early on. Don't need to have him. Or do we? Maybe. Let's see. Defender center. Defender left. Wait, is that a central defender playing right wing? It is. He's fast and he might be able to cross. He's left footed. Do we have any other lefties in the field? Right only. Right. Right only. Left. Do we have 2 lefties? No, he's right. Why would you do that? It makes no sense to me. Okay. So put him onto his right, left foot. Him onto his right. Left foot. Left foot. Left foot. And just bang, 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 bang. Don't know why that's coming up there. I'll have to clear that out, won't I? Let's see. Striker Hussein Demiri. Macedonian, no less. Ooh, there's a bit of meat for the masses left foot. Let's put Richelda on always closed down as well. Interesting. This striker does not appear to have played lately much. He's not particularly fit, so maybe we'll hurry him around as well. Always. Okay. Feedback. Kuninga's tired. Yarvisto needs more minutes. That's fair enough. That's why he's in the team. Literally, that is why he is in the team. Anything I need to change here? Positive. Let's go with shoot on sight. I like shoot on sight. Hit early crosses. Overlap on both sides. Shorter, extremely high. Attack wider. Dribble less from the defence. Running at the defence might be a good call. In transition. Slip to full backs, short kicks, out of possession. defend a little bit narrower. There we go. I think we'll leave it like that. And let's go to the tunnel. Somebody's going to ask us a question in the tunnel. Said to, oh, this is 150th appearance for the club. Oh, that's great. Yes, we were all completely aware. Hope Mark's top performance. Yeah. Can you walk us through your changes today?
That's okay. You, Dad.
That's me, Redmond, over here. Squad game, 11 players. I think that's fair to say. Deserving an opportunity to play. 9-1. Just being rested, nothing more than that. Catal has signed a new contract. Passionate for him again. Crucial for many years to come. Here come the teams. Right, here we go. Let's turn it down a little bit more. You don't need double sound. Whoop. Do you want a bite? Okay. Draw loss. Exciting things to watch. They've had one attack. We've had two. Ooh. You've already fouled them. We're showing them where we're here. We've had a shot. Here we go. Free kick.
Yes.
Go on, Kemi.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Straight into the number 18.
Yep, no power on the header. Vilmanen.
Okay, hi. Go back to
Straight to Montila. That's okay.
Wow.
Come on, Sonny.
Wow. That's great. Great work.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Oh!
That was unfortunate. It was a nice dribbler.
That was almost in, but went straight past.
It did go straight past. No shot on goal yet. I've had a shot now. Honestly, as long as we don't get relegated, this season has been a success just by winning the cup. You could argue that I'm being greedy, but I want us to finish in the top 5. I don't think that's a difficult achievement. I think top 4 even.
Wow, that's
I'll take top 5.
That's
Kuningas again. Oh, Sonny scores again. Or Juna. Why am I calling him Sonny? I think I'm just going to call him Sonny from now on. 2 appearances, 2 goals. In total, he's had maybe 30 minutes on the field. And he's not even playing in position right now. This is why I love having the data analyst view. You get a real wide perspective of the game. Oh, good man, Juna. Or Sonny, as you apparently now are. That definitely deserve to be celebrated with water and raspberry flavouring and pomegranate flavouring and maybe a touch of vodka. Who knows? Honka beating Rops elsewhere. Honka are in the bottom at the moment, so that's not going to go down well there. Ilves beating Coops by 2. This is good news for us. Coops, like I said, I see Coops as being a major threat this year. I mean, they beat me, so of course I do. So Kuningas, he's tired. Down to 72% already. But another assist, especially after his last game, where he set up the second goal. That being a cup final that we won. 26 minutes in. All the excitement of watching this, yeah?
Yeah.
But how have we not got a shot on target even though we've got a goal? Has anyone else noticed this? Oh no, we've got 3 shots on target. They've had 0 shots on target. I am very pretty. We'll leave it at that. HJK beating Lati. Yeah. Didn't want to see that happen. And that knocks us down to 5th, of course. HJK, I would expect to be in the top 3. Honka 2 up against Rups now. That's again a good result for us. Yeah, Moonpark doesn't have to go hard in on anybody at all. You finding the game boring, Redmond? Oh, Furuom's injured. Time for Vihal. Oh God. That's awful. If that's a real injury. What's it say? Potential foot injury. Hopefully it's nothing. But that is not what I consider good news. I'll leave him as a poacher, and then I'm probably going to change him to an advanced forward later. Oof. But that's not good news, is it? No. Furu on we love, or we do now anyway. After my frustration earlier, seeing the man play made the difference for me. Let's see, how many have I got? 1, 2, maybe 3. 3 players playing for me that I've seen that play in real life at the moment. It's probably not a great return, but it is a year later on the squads and stuff.
Yellow card.
Yep, tattoo.
Oh, well, tattoo.
Yep, there we go. Not exactly a great first half. That was not a classic, but we are dominant. You know, 63% possession,
so
2 yellow cards.
1 like 0-0 and 1-0 today, and 2-0 and 2-0 again, and then 1-0.
That's us, and 0-0 in TPS SJK. Come on, TPS, get a goal and make that interesting. So poor conversion. They don't have possession. Lost and recovered a lot of possession. Yeah, kind of says don't do too much. That would be foolish. They've had no shots on target. They've had 1 shot total. They're not set up to do anything but hold a line. Let's see. I'm not going to take the bait. I'm in their ground. It doesn't really matter. If I get the win, I get the win. They've not. Oh, wow, they've only attempted 182 passes. They've only attempted 10 crosses. Yeah, that's mad. It seems to be a very, very different game that they're playing to what I'm kind of used to now. They're keeping up with me speed-wise though. 57 kilometers run as opposed to my 59. Normally at this point I'm like about 3 or 4 up on the others. We're not playing great, but we're not playing badly either. Player rating suggests there's no one terrible. I mean, Timu's not doing great. Timo wasn't doing brilliantly, but you know, he's not that kind of a monster. Yeah, they've not done anything. See, defensive winger, I'd say. Yeah, they're not set up to do anything. That might change in the second half. Stub to toe. That's hopefully. Yeah, we should be able to nurse him through the match. No. This is first game back proper. We are not doing any nursing. He is getting his break. Summary is, yeah, Timo made 2 mistakes, so it's probably not doing any harm. The feedback, it's hard going as much. Lower tempo, more direct, and has been booked. Let's talk to the boys. Passionate. Still room for improvement. Tattoo is happy, I hope.
I'm thirsty.
Are you thirsty? Okay. Do you want to get some water and come back? Okay, I'll wait for you. I won't start the game if you hurry up. Actually, here, I have some water here. Oh, we're so close to starting again. I have some actual water that's water. If Bon Aqua ever want to give me money for showing this, see, look, a child drinking water and not dying. What more can you ask? A lot more to come from you, and they're happy. And oh yeah, Lassie. Close this. Oh, I really played Sonny badly there, didn't I? I should have put him up front, seeing as he's already scored. Tarnation. Go on. You can do it. I believe in you, I believe in me, I believe in you. Oh, okay, you all know that song from years ago. Anything we have to say about the opposition? They've not really changed anything. Weaker side. Weaker side, let me guess. The hat trick. Yep. I'm amazed they're not doing something. I suppose, I mean, they're doing what they look like they've set out to do. You okay, Redmond?
Yes.
You're very tired.
Not very.
You hate halftime, don't you? You hate halftime. That's okay. So, let's go for the second half then, yeah? Start the second half. Oops, a daisy.
A tip off for them.
Yep, their turn.
Oh, every time they take turns to tip.
Well, whoever tips off the first half, the other team tips off the second half.
That'll make it fair?
That makes it more fair, yeah. So everybody gets a go, no matter what happens. So, another desperately exciting opening to the half. I'm tempted to count up the highlights if we can get to a place where I can see the highlights again to count them up. Double substitution. Ooh, don't do that and think I won't pay any attention. Rops are not winning tonight's game by the looks of it. Double subs. Let's see who they brought on. So they brought on a new striker and they brought on a new midfielder. Let's find out about this midfielder. Right only, a surprise. Valued at 45,000. This guy is right as well. Valued at 5,500. He's 35 years old, but he does have a history. You know, international caps. Acceleration, probably not his thing. Nevertheless, take ye care. Always. And forever. Mark him tightly. Put him on the other foot. And let's run him down as well. Anyone looking particularly tired, I wonder? Apart from somebody who's in my lap right now. Let's just quickly look at their stats. Anyone really tired? No, not really tired. Ruskuleda is quite tired. Maybe we could enhance that and take choices out of their hands. Ruskuleda, he's not playing well either. We'll leave him. Let's pressure their good point and I'll leave it at that. Confirm changes and play. Kaningas is running out of steam. Should have brought on Manstakangas. Ah well. Mikitalo, a bit tired. Yeah, I might have to take off Kaningas. See about putting on Kotanen or somebody. He's been booked. Make that change. I thought I told him to. No, I didn't at all. Kemi though has been booked. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. That yellow card was. Oh, they're giving those as actual things.
Yes.
Georgino.
Yes.
Yes, Redmond. Let's see about emphasizing that. Let's have a look at the tactics. Just for a moment. Let's see, is there anybody who could genuinely replace Kaningas on the left? Do you want to put on Markula? Do you want to go center? I was meant to put you as an advanced forward, wasn't I? Let's see what Jarvisto can do. Right now, Sonny. What's your best position up there? Ah, yeah, there you go. Advanced forward. And he should be advanced playmaker support. Let's change it from being wide. No, leave it. We won't focus play down the sides. Let's try focusing down the middle. More crosses and work the ball in. No, let's hit early crosses for a little bit. No, let's do work the ball in. That makes more sense to me. Okay, what do you think, Redmond? These good choices?
Yep.
Just see who could replace Kuningas. If we get to that. Mikitalo. Bring up Mikitalo, and who do we put on for Mikitalo? Oh, yeah, let's bring up Mikitalo. Oh gosh. Yeah, won't run him out. We'll replace Kuningas with Helmke. And him coming on as a box-to-boxer should create an awful lot of hassle for them. I think. I could be wrong. Team talk. More to come from you. Yes, he's happy. That's what I like. I like happy Germans. They're like laughing Vulcans and the likes of that. Kuningas looks exhausted. We have replaced Kuningas. Good. Mikitalo's next though. And still all of the nothing continues to happen. Who's likely to come on? We're not playing great. We're not playing badly, but we're just not playing really. They've got a very, very good defensive setup here that is designed to... Oh! They've replaced a defender for another defender. They're holding on for a 1-0 defeat. Meanwhile, SJK 2 up against TPS. That's not what I wanted to happen. Oh, don't do this. Don't do the thing. Oh. He has it. Kaponen. Never. Always reliable when you bring him in. Well, apart from those times when he isn't.
Wow.
Oh, Vaiholainen.
Can you score?
Do it. Oh, go, Sonny.
Sonny.
Oh, Sonny just wasn't quite quick enough. Oh, he got the ball back in. How did he do that? Sonny is becoming quite the hit with me, I will have you know. Let's bring on another kid. Who do we have on the bench? I'm going to bring on Katanen, largely because he deserves a chance. It's going to be... Do I want him... Can I do this? Kangas isn't a great player for there. But if we do this, I know we're playing merry havoc with, you know, any sense of how the teams should be lined up and stuff. But it's better to bring him on this way. Kangas isn't playing particularly great. Where is he? Oh, he's up here now, isn't he? He's not playing badly. He should be okay there. Got at least one speedy. I'm sorry? You want some bread? Okie doke. See the power of this bread. It's nice bread. Is it good bread? Excellent. He's given a thumbs up sign. Those of you who can't see it at home, let's have more of the same from you tonight. I can't remember when he played last, so yeah, why not? Confirm talk and play on.
Ooh.
If football be the food of YouTube, then play on. Oh, no. Don't score on your only televised attempt. Ilves 3-1 up against Coops. Unbelievable stuff there. Hard to believe that little Ilves, a team who I'm generally fairly confident about not losing. Oh gosh, Sonny, that was not good. One tattoo. This is not when they need to come to life. Where on earth was Katanen then? Way over. But Katanen has a lot of questions to answer there. Yeah, suddenly, all of a sudden, we get all these highlights that I did not want to see. 3-2 in the Coops Ilves game. If anybody missed that, I normally miss these things, but 2-0 to HJK against Lahti doesn't mean anything to me really right now. That was Katanen warding them out. We should be playing Timo. Yeah, of course we should be playing a familiar position. I'm trying to balance a team. 3 minutes of time. They changed the format. God. I'm going to change to counter. Oh, I don't have counter anymore. Balance we'll go with. Push him out. Good. Yet another Jorginho. There's like 10,000 Jorginhos. Oh God. Yeah, we still have 3 minutes after this though, Redmond. Actually, do I want to put 3 at the back? Yeah. A 3 centre back. Good man Guevara. Apparently Guevara used to play for Kemi. So here we go. Can we do something with it? No, that was middle of nowhere. Come on, Sonny. Eek. Good man Payne and Kangas. Good man Montila. Now Sonny. Hit it wide. Oh, better. Go on Guevara. Finish him. Oh! That looked like it couldn't but be in. Oh, dearie me. Cammy, now take your time. You want a bit more bread? We can do a bit more bread. Oh yeah, now that's a professional foul, surely. Who's going to take it? Number 7. Who's number 7 for us? Helmke, of course, the German. Very sneaky. Got half a minute left. I didn't set you guys to waste time. I want you to score a goal. That's the best way of wasting time, is to score a goal. Let's say Keegan-esque. And here, my 17 or however many fans made the long journey up. How's that offside? You had to run a mile to get there. Surely. Yeah, that's got to be it. There we go. Got the victory wanted. Sure, we would like to have won by a bigger margin. That was predicted at the start of the game. Listen, that's a 60%, 70% change team. I'm glad just to win. Are you off? You on potty?
No.
Okay, bye. Close the doors, you go. See you in a few minutes. That fella's an awful idiot. Right, so another win. We're keeping on our roll. We've only lost one and drawn one since our disastrous couple of opening games in the league. We're doing okay. Kami, man of the match. Their keeper is their man of the match, understandably. 8 shots saved. 8 shots on target and we scored a goal. Anyway, another discussion. Viholainen even not did well there today, but he did what he needed to do. Yeah, defense defended. Penninkangas did what he needed to do when he did, and Sonny scored a goal, or as he is now called, Sonny. Don't know if you're interested in seeing all this other stuff, so I'm just going to have a quick squint at this. Yep, they didn't change. Interesting, they just went attacking in the end. Either way, hope you enjoyed this one. I'll leave you with their crowd swaying weirdly even though they lost. They're swaying backwards and forwards. Some of them are swaying backwards and forwards. That's really kind of disturbing. That's enough for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you the next day. And yeah, any questions you want to ask about Finland? Pop them down below. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy. Bye!
So when it's half time, I'll go be with mommy because it'll be boring at half time.